Hello, this is Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a November Tarot for the sign of Sagittarius. Hello Sagittarius, this is your November Tarot. I've laid out the cards for you, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We've got a beautiful little rose quartz single terminated column here in the center. We've got 2 astro cards because when I went to go pick them, they stuck together. We've got 1 oracle card here that I pulled for you. We've rolled the astro dice, and here is my collection of stones, which are very pretty, I think. And I wanted to welcome back my green calcite, which has been hanging out with me up at the Ren Fair for a couple of months, and now it's back on the table. All right, the first week starts with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is an inspired lady. She likes to keep things spinning. She is really good at managing people, keeping all the plates spinning on top of those little sticks, and knowing what everybody's business is. Now, it's not that she's particularly gossipy or catty. She does have a cat, though, in her card. Oops, I knocked this over. But she is just really good at knowing who her people are and what they need. She's a fire sign. She's very enthusiastic about the people who work around her. And she doesn't want them to be shortchanged in any way. She protects them in a way. So this Sagittarius would be you. You are a person who likes to know everybody that's in your circle. You like to stay on top of what their needs are, who they are, and what's really going on in their lives. The second card is the Queen of Cups. Obviously not you, Sagittarius, because this is a water sign person. So this is a woman who can keep a lot of secrets if she needs to, but she's very caring, and she really helps the people around her. She's very different from the Queen of Wands, and yet I can see that they would be really good friends. So I'm going to say that this is a friend of yours who is either going through something that they need help with, or is somebody who's offering you advice as you go through something, because the next card is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man shows that you are in a position where your perspective is changing or being changed, where you are in a situation that maybe you've never been in before, and this is causing you to see things in a different way. This may be really good for you, Sagittarius. This may be an excellent way for you to begin to resolve some sort of issue that you may be having, either in a relationship or at work or within the family or something. But having a change of perspective is never a bad thing. The second week starts out with the Strength card. So the Strength card also speaks about handling things in a different way. But in this instance, what happens with the Strength card when it comes into your reading is that it shows you how you can deal with things, but in ways that you never have before. So it helps you pull out of yourself talents and resources that you were just not aware that you possessed. This is called maturing. This is called growing up. This is called, behaving in a different way. Also, it could be coming about because you are seeing things from a different perspective all of a sudden. So that could be going from the first week to the second week, that you are growing at a miraculous rate of speed. You are understanding things about yourself and allowing that growth to happen in a really fast way, and you're getting ready to actually put it into practice. The second card for the second week is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is the person who's very hard at work at their task. They're doing a lot of things. They're juggling a lot of things, but they're calm about it. They're not frenzied. They're not like having a panic attack because there's too much work to do. So you're slugging along. You're just working. You're trying to make the day longer, but you're getting all of your tasks done. And that's important, Sagittarius, because you don't want to be thought of as a slacker. And then along comes the Knight of Wands. This is an inspired knight. This is a person who is also a fire sign, somebody who can very, very helpfully be your block person. You know, in football, the person who goes in front of the person running with the ball and blocks everybody from tackling him. This is what the Knight of Wands wants to do for you. They want to go out in front, show everybody who you are, tell everybody who you are, because they're inspired by you. They love you. They could be a younger person to you, or they could be somebody on the same level as you, but what their role is to protect you, to prevent you from having to deal with difficult or drudging duties in your life. In the third week of November, Sagittarius, you have the Two of Wands coming up. Now, the Two of Wands is a card where the person is holding a globe and just looking out, just with two wands, looking out over the world and deciding where they want to go, what they want to do, what they want to conquer, what they want to own, what they want to control in their life. Now, wands are fire signs. So usually they are people who are seen as not super controlled, not super buttoned up, not super just in control of everything else. And yet this wand card shows a person who's very much in control of a certain portion of their life and wants to control a whole lot more. So this is an ambitious person. It's a person who wants to conquer new realms. And that's you in the third week of November. You're looking out on the world and seeing, where can I go from here? What is it that I want to accomplish, and how do I get there? And this is being made possible by the Knight of Wands going out front and kind of swatting away all the flies, getting everybody out of your way so that you can be calmly assessing what is out in front of you. The second card in the third week is the Chariot. So this means that you will be putting things, or you have already put things into motion in order to execute your plan. Like you're making things happen here, Sagittarius. You're saying, this is not enough. What I have right now is not enough. I want more, or I want to change things in some way. So the Chariot is you having put that plan into motion, and by the third week in November, it's really happening. What we also have is the only reverse card in the deck, and it is actually the Death card. Now, it's reverse, so what I'm going to say is that whatever it is that needs to come to an end in order for you to execute your plan is probably either not going to come to an end fully, or is going to come to an end in a very quiet way, so that nobody resents it, so that nobody thinks that you did anything, you know, untoward in executing your plan. So that's actually a good thing for you, Sagittarius. And in the fourth week of November, also I just want to point out that in the third week of November is when we're going to have the full moon in Taurus eclipse. And Sagittarius, this may not impact you so much, but it is an eclipse. An eclipse does cause things to come to an end or a breaking point. So this may be something out of your control, this ending of things. Or it could be a part of your plan. Now, the fourth week of November starts with the Magician. The Magician shows that you have a great deal of resource in your power and in your control. You are utilizing everything that you possibly can in order to bring your plan to fruition, and you're probably going to succeed. The next card is the Fool, meaning that you're going off on your journey. Now, having these three cards all together, which they pretty much are, so the Fool and the Chariot are actually next to each other in this row, and the Magician is above the Fool. So I'm going to say that for your reading, you've got a lot of major arcana here. So things have been set in motion. You are using the forces of the universe to get what you want, but also to bring about things, I think, for the higher good, because I don't see any really nefarious cards in this. So I think you're working from pretty altruistic motives, Sagittarius. Yes, you may be benefiting financially from all of this, but the journey that you're going on is one that you've wanted to go on probably for most of your life. Sagittarius are known for wanting to travel. Sagittarius are known for being very kind of immature and impulsive in their youth, But as they grow up, as they learn from all those impulsive mistakes that they make, they learn how to navigate the world, not just their community and cosmos. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people miss about Sagittarians. Yes, sometimes you are very impulsive, and sometimes you do things without thinking. However, the lessons that you learn are at such a larger scale than what most people learn, that as you age, as you get older and mature, you are able to really conquer things on a world stage that most people are not able to do. And the final card is sort of the proof of all of that. It's the Ten of Pentacles. So what you're building for yourself, Sagittarius, is a legacy that will live on well past beyond your lifetime. And that's really, think about how you started out as the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands wants things to keep going. She likes the inspiration and creativity of her life, and she wants to see that continue. And in your life, Sagittarius, this legacy will go on and on and on and on. Now, you may also have material wealth that accrues from the plans that you are starting out with the Two of Wands. But usually people say when they do something that they love, the money just flows. It just comes and you have enough of everything that you need. Plus, let's not forget that you do have the Magician above the Fool card when you start this new journey. So there are changes that you're going through in your life, Sagittarius, and November is going to be a key month for you, as it was for your other two fellow fire signs. Now let's look at your Oracle card. The Oracle card here is Rhiannon, the Sorceress. So she's saying that you need to get back in touch with your magical side. And here we have the Magician. So I do think you're going to be getting in touch with your magical side. She says that you should go outside in nature to reignite, to rekindle that relationship between you, the world, and magic. And I'm going to say it too, Sagittarius. Rhiannon is, of course, the goddess Epona, reimagined, and that rules horses. And Sagittarius is half horse. So Rhiannon for a Sag patron goddess or matron goddess is really, really appropriate. And I'm very happy for you having gotten that card, Sagittarius. Now, the two astrology cards also relate to one another. And as we relate them to your reading, we have the 11th house stands for friends. Now, the 11th house is really friends, hopes, and wishes, and also things that you do past your working life. Like, if you've accrued a lot of money in your working life, what do you do with that money? Do you give back to others? Do you travel the world? Do you spend it on your third wife or third husband? Whatever. Uranus, or the 11th house rather, is a place that you go to fulfill your dreams, usually in the latter part of your life. And I think this is what you're setting up with this new journey, Sagittarius, is you're looking at, where will I be when I am ready for retirement, and what will my life look like, and how will I be living that life? Will I be, you know, just having worked too hard and feel kind of broken down, or will I have a retirement that's really sort of my reward at the end of the rainbow? And I think you're looking for the reward at the end of the rainbow. The other astrology card that you got was the Uranus card, which stands for genius. This is also inspiration, which is all about fire and that Queen of Wands. And it's also about sudden chaotic things, which very much brings it in line with the Fool's Journey. So Sagittarius, you're well acquainted with taking journeys, and this one is going to be a really meaningful one that impacts your life for many years to come. So I hope that you will explore a lot of the nuances of Uranus and find out how it relates to your own journey, as well as the 11th house. Now let's look at the dice. We've got the sign of Capricorn, which means longevity. And I do think that this plan that you're embarking on, Sagittarius, will have longevity. You will be going into this journey for many, many years. The other dice show the number 9 and the South Node. Now, the South Node is something that needs to fall away in your life, and the North Node is something that you need to attract. So I think it's going to take another reading, Sagittarius, for us to fully understand what the South Node means in your life. But the 9th house surely is the house for long journeys, and that's what you're embarking on. And long journeys are not, and the ninth house in general is not necessarily indicating physical journeys. It can also indicate journeys having to do with learning, exploring new philosophies or religion, understanding other cultures, delving into spirituality and the higher mysteries, delving into the internet, delving into space. There's a lot of different things that can take you on a journey. And Sagittarius, I think that's what you're all about. Now, depending on how old you are, if you're a young Sagittarius, then it's more likely that you're going on an actual physical journey. If you're a middle-aged Sagittarius, then it's very likely that you're embarking on a new way of looking at things, like a philosophy or religion, or even looking into another culture and possibly somewhere where you might move later in your life. If you're an older Sagittarius, then you're mature enough and sage enough to know that your journeying days are maybe at an end, maybe not, but whatever you are pursuing, Sag, if you're a mature Sag, it's going to be incredibly meaningful and take you through to the end of your days, most likely. So that's what I have to say for you, Sagittarius. That's your November Tarot-scope. Please leave me comments down below and let me know what you think of the reading. The comments really help the channel. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time.